Hello, and welcome to episode 50 of the Mindful Knitter podcast. My name is Claire, and I am your host. I cannot believe that it is episode 50. I feel like I should have something more special planned for today to commemorate this, but I do not. Today we are going to talk a little bit about, I guess, like 4th of July America knitting, crocheting, crafting. So that'll be kind of fun because it kind of coincides with like the 250th anniversary of America that's happening in a few days. So yay, 50th episode for us and 250 years of the US. A happy coincidence. I'm coming to you from the southeast of the United States, and if you're new, welcome. I'm very happy that you found me. We talk about knitting, crocheting, spinning, yarn dyeing, all kinds of yarny things, and like other crafty things. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy you come to hang out with me whenever you do. I want to say weekly because I don't record weekly. And I just came back after like a almost 2-year hiatus. So I had so much fun hanging out with you guys a couple weeks ago. I'm back again today. I am filming later in the day because this morning we had a birthday party to go to for a 5-year-old, which ended up kind of being a little bit of a bust. We drove an hour to get there. It was supposed to be like at a splash pad at a park. So we drove like an hour to get there, and then the splash pad was just closed, and they didn't give any warning or any reason why or anything. They were just like, oh yeah, we're just not gonna open it today. And the person that was having the party had reserved everything ahead of time, and like, so that was not fun. And it was 96 degrees, I think. So the kids tried to play on the playground a little bit, but it was just way too hot and everyone was overheating. So we chilled as much as we could chill in the pavilion, did the cupcakes, and they had a piñata, which is fun. And but we did leave early because it was just too hot. The kids were just not comfortable, and they couldn't play tons because it was too hot. So that's fine. We drove back and the day went on. But we were doing that this morning. And I apologize for this like cough. That will probably continue through the whole episode. I am on week 3, going on week 4 of a respiratory infection of some kind. So I'm on my 2nd round of different antibiotics. And it seems to be improving, but there will be some coughing, so I apologize. So for the rest of the day, let's see, we went to Aldi and got groceries, and then the World Cup is going on. So we had to watch the World Cup this afternoon. And who is playing? South Africa and Canada. So I was rooting for Canada because honestly, mostly because I have podcasters in Canada that I really love. I used to follow Triathlon Taryn for several years when I was doing triathlon. And there are a few others, but the biggest one that I still watch every 2 weeks is the Grocery Girls. They have the best yarn podcast. So if you haven't checked them out before, go check them out. Lovely Canadian ladies. And so I was rooting for Canada because yarn. And actually for the World Cup in general, I'm actually rooting for the Netherlands because yarn, Stephen West. Yeah, all of my World Cup decisions are based on yarn. Of course, I am also rooting for the US, but yarn. So that's fine. Anyway, so a little bit of a tangent. We'll get into what we're going to actually be doing today. We're going to talk about a couple of, one finished object, and then I have a work in progress, and then I'm going to chat with you guys a little bit about crafting in the US, like American crafting with yarn and crochet. Not like extensively because I'm not an expert on this topic, but like a little bit just for fun. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about Tour de Fleece because Tour de Fleece starts on Saturday, July 4th. And I love to spin yarn, so I love Tour de Fleece. Let's get started. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm wearing first. So what I'm wearing, you may have seen me, I don't know, I may have worn this on a podcast episode before, but I am wearing a pattern that I absolutely love. I've made it twice. I will more than likely make it again. I actually already have another one planned. This is the Double Take Tee by Espace Tricot. And I think I knit a size medium or 3. That's my usual. Every once in a while I'll knit a 2 if there's a lot of positive ease. But yeah, I think I knit either like a 3 or a medium, whatever the pattern. Oh, actually, I have it like right here so I can like look at it for you. This week I came prepared with notes because I'm like remembering how to podcast again. So how do they do the sizing in this? Oh, actually, never mind. They don't have the sizing information like here where I can see it. But yeah, if you want to see it on Ravelry, this is the Espace Tricot Double Take Tee. I don't know what tabs are open on this because I did not use the iPad last. So, but yes, so this is the Double Take Tee. And it's called the Double Take Tee because if you knit the first few sizes in the pattern, it only takes 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. I think if you knit some of the larger sizes, it takes more than 2 skeins because I knit the medium-ish one and it takes almost exactly 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. So it's for all of those like random 1 skein fingering weight yarns that you have in your stash that you really want to use for a garment or a project that is going to be, I don't know, like larger, that you can wear it often, enjoy it often, whatever. But you only have like 1, so you really want to like get the most bang for your buck. So it is knit basically in 2 pieces and then you seam them together. It is reversible, which is like the coolest thing. So the front and back are knit exactly the same. This is 1 skein of fingering weight yarn for the front, and then the back is a different skein. So this one I did a what is this called? Like a speckled. That's what it's called. Like a speckled rainbowy, and then this one is like a speckled like ballet pink with all these like neutral speckles. And I love it. I love that it's reversible. It makes it super wearable. The other one that I did on one side is like a gray with a rainbow speckle, and then the other side is a gray with a neutral speckle. So just depending, no. It's one side's gray with rainbow speckle, and then the other side is like a muted rainbow variegated. So the front and the back coordinate really well, but they're different looks. So I love that if I feel more ballet pink neutral, I can wear the front of this, or I can wear this on the front. And if I'm feeling more magical unicorn, I can wear the other side where it is white with all of these like fun rainbow speckles on the back. So yeah, this is my Double Take Tee. I love it. I am positive that I will make more of them. One of the skeins that I think I might use is this really gorgeous what is this color called? I'm thinking like citron right now, but it's not citron. It is, I love this color. This like greeny yellowy color that I definitely know the name of. It's just escaping me at this moment. This is Stella Luna Fiber Co. This is one of her local yarn store colorways for, was it 2024? Yeah, it was local yarn store day in 2024. So she did this for that like event. I swear I know the name of this color. I love this color, and so I talk about this name all the time, but words escape me when I'm filming. So if anybody else podcasts, is that a thing that you experience as well, where like you're filming and you're watching yourself film and you're trying to make sure everything is in the frame and you're trying to make sure the colors are correct, and then you just like forget your words? I'll remember it at some point, and then I will share the name of this color with you. You probably know it, like you're probably saying it in your head or at the camera or what have you, but anyway, I love that color, and I think I would really enjoy having a Double Take Tee with one side being that beautiful like yellowy green, and then I don't know what the other side would be. That's why I haven't started it yet, I'm assuming. But I have lots of beautiful yarn. I have way more yarn than this. You are seeing a very toned down version of my yarn stash. When I moved, in my old house, I had a whole like craft room. And now that I've moved, I don't have a craft room anymore. I have this closet that is full of my crafting materials. And then I have my bookcase that has all of my favorite yarn. I struggle to say favorite yarn. This is the yarn I love to like look at because I love these colors so much. But to say it's my favorite yarn, I have a lot of yarn I really love. Like all my Surrey alpaca is in the closet, and I love my Surrey alpaca. But then I have a lot of yarn in plastic totes now, stored downstairs, and they have cedar and peppermint and lavender essential oils in them to keep the buggies out. And I do kind of rotate a little bit like seasonally. So in the winter, I might bring up some more of my heavier weight yarns, and I might swap out some of my, I don't know, maybe I'll like swap out all of this or the fingering weight in the winter, and I'll maybe bring up my heavier stuff. That could be like a fun video to show my like warm weather, cold weather yarn swap, and like I can get my display ready with you guys. Somebody described their friend's yarn that they had like out on the shelves as I think their display yarn or their show yarn, which I think is apt. Like this is the yarn that I love to see all of the time. I think it's like beautiful. I love these colors. It is getting really warm in here, so I am going to open the door, and I hope it doesn't affect the sound. I closed it thinking, oh, maybe it'll like trap the sound a little bit and make the sound quality better, but it's getting really warm, and I'm gonna start like turning pink because I'm getting really warm. So I'm just gonna open the door so I've got a little bit more airflow, and hopefully my sound quality will be fine. So I will share my finished object with you guys. If you were here with me last week, then you will remember that I was knitting my 5-year-old a granny square tank top. I have finished it. I don't think I'm going to give it to her until her birthday. Well, I say that, I don't know. Now I'm on the fence about it again because my mom got on her gift like wish list for her birthday yesterday and said she got like 15 things off of it. So like this child is getting a lot of gifts. I already finished all of my shopping for her birthday. Now my mom's getting her a bajillion things. I know her aunts and her uncles and her friends and all of like, so I don't know. I feel like maybe I'll give this to her early so that it isn't just like lost in the shuffle of, oh, I'm getting like a million things and like I'm not so excited about this, or I don't know. Is that selfish of me? That I like want her to, I don't know. I don't know if it's selfish. Like I want her to be able to enjoy it. And it's hard to like enjoy something when you're just completely like inundated and overwhelmed by bunches of stuff. So I don't know. I want her to be able to enjoy it, and not like for me, not just for me, but like for her too. So anyway, here is the tank top that I crocheted for her. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So I did end up using this like neon corally pink color. And for those of you who were not here last episode, I did mention that I did not use a pattern for this. I just kind of made it up as I went. But I did hold it up to her other clothing items, and it'll fit her just fine. And she'll be able to wear it, I think, for a few years. Which is good because when I am making stuff for kids, I try to think of like longevity because like adults aren't growing anymore. Well, not all of the time. We do change sizes a bit, but like we're a little more consistent than the chitlins are. The children do grow a bit more. The front and the back are a little different because this was very much a scrappy project, and so the yarn keeping everything together on this side actually has two different yarns that are two different like kind of peachy pink neutral speckled yarns, and on the back it's like a white speckledy yarn that has like gold and maroonish speckles. But yeah, this was like this is a very classic kind of granny square project in that it absolutely just used up lots of scraps and had very little planning that went into it other than what colors do I think she would like. Yeah, and again, just no pattern. So I can't share many details with you on this. The details I can share with you are that I use all fingering weight yarn, and since it's for summer, if I'm doing crocheted summer projects, I tend to do fingering weight yarn. I also do just like to crochet with fingering weight. I find it very satisfying and I really like the fabric that it makes. And the crochet hook that I decided to use was a 4mm crochet hook. I feel like I'm being like out of breath, and it's probably because of this respiratory infection, and breathing is probably harder than it has been. So I'm sorry I'm not in like optimal health, but I'll get there again eventually. So this is my Prim 4mm hook. I love this guy. I love these ergonomic hooks. I definitely I crochet with these more than any of the other ones. I kind of only crochet with other ones if I don't have it available for some reason. Super comfortable, and yeah, it is my favorite crochet hook. So yeah, here is her garment once more. Love this thing. So cute. So cute. I think that she'll really enjoy it. The reason I decided to make her one is she asked me to. She was watching The Grocery Girls with me for a little bit, and she saw Jody. Yeah, I think it was Jody. She saw Jody wearing a granny square, I think, vest. And she was like, "That's so cute. Can you make me one of those?" And I was like, "I can make you one. Oh, child. I will make you one." So she doesn't know I was making her one necessarily because I kind of made it in secret. But now we have it. So I got super into that, and when I was done, I was not done with granny squares or with granny stitch. I love the granny stitch. I find it incredibly satisfying. And also I have a bit of like a thumb injury. I think it's just like an overuse injury from when I went a little ham on a pair of socks, and I think I just overdid it, and I think this is strained now. And maybe the crochet isn't helping either, so I might just have to take a break and wear my thumb brace for a week or two, and just like rest it, which I don't really want to do, but you know, I want to be a responsible adult. So might have to rest this guy, but knitting is definitely like not super good for it right now. So I didn't want to stop crocheting. Didn't want to stop crocheting granny stitch and granny squares. So I cast on a new project. Also one that I am making up as I go. And this one I think is especially fun. And here's where we segue a little bit into America. So I was thinking, I'll just show you the project first, and then I'll kind of show you what my thinking is. So I wanted something patriotic for 4th of July because I don't wear red a whole lot. So, and I don't have tons of like America stuff. So I don't really have anything fun to wear for 4th of July later this week. And I was like, well, I can just make something. And so I pulled scraps from my stash again, and I'm making myself a patriotic granny square tank top, which I think is gonna be super cute. This is where we are at with it. I have my front panel done. I love this. I think it is extremely cute. And again, so satisfying to make. This I am knitting with the same hook. It's fingering weight yarn, 4mm hook. This is how far I've gotten on my back panel. So I am knitting this, or I'm crocheting this in 2 pieces, and I'll seam them together, kind of like I did with hers. I used a continuous join, join as you go, kind of stitch for joining all of her squares together, and then the front and the back. This is just one giant granny square for the front and for the back. So I'll just seam these two together with that continuous join. You can see I've added this little like panel up here that like decreases, so that this goes like under the arm a bit. And then this just like raises up the front a little bit more. And I might add like one more row here so that this can like come down just a little bit more. I'm not sure, but I kind of like it where it is. So what my thought was, so at first I thought of doing this project, and I thought it would just be like incredibly cute. And then it just occurred to me, I was thinking like, this looks like really American to me. Just like really American. And then I was thinking, where did the granny stitch come from? Like, where did granny squares come from? Because in my mind, I like associate them with like a very American projects. But I don't know if they're actually like an American thing. So I looked into it, and it is an American thing. Obviously it's become very popular now, so people all over the world crochet the granny stitch and make granny squares and granny stripe blankets. But it actually, according to my research, which was not vast, but I looked into it and looked at multiple sources, and this seems to be the consensus as far as I can tell, that the granny stitch and the granny square and the granny stripe blankets and all that kind of stuff kind of started in the late 1800s. And it was first published in, I think, Pioneer, what's it called? It's Pioneer Magazine or like Pioneer Craft Magazine. Something like that. I can look it up for you guys real quick. And it was called, I think, like the Crazy Stitch or like the Crazy Blanket, something like that. First published granny stitch crochet. I'll just put Pioneer to kind of help a little bit with this. The first documented granny stitch pattern was designed by Mrs. Phelps and published in the April 4th, 1885 issue of Prairie Farmer magazine. She adapted the crazy work or crazy quilt trend into a repeating crochet stitch. So, yeah, the granny stitch and crochet, as far as we can tell, at least in a documented form of any kind, was very American. And then it kind of took off a lot in the Great Depression, because people were like unraveling clothes, and even like not clothes, but like bags and things. They're just unraveling stuff to try to get the fiber out, because it's the Great Depression and nobody had access to resources. So they would just get scraps of whatever they could, and they would make these granny square and granny stripe blankets, mostly, as far as I can tell, but other things as well, like scarves and, you know, what have you. So the granny square being kind of synonymous with America in my mind, that came from a real place. It's actually very American. So much so that I was reading too that in Europe, it might have been in England particularly, but in Europe, for a while, it was just called the American crochet stitch, because like Americans used it all of the time, and that's where it kind of originated for all intensive purposes. Of course, maybe someone somewhere else had done it for a long time too. I'm not an expert in this thing. But for all intensive purposes, in a big way, it's a pretty American thing. So that was really fun for me. I thought, to do like a very American kind of project and stitch in my America colors for 4th of July for the 250th anniversary of my country. So, you know, yay America and yay yarn. And that got me thinking in general about just like Yarncraft in America, which I wish I had done a little bit more research on before I filmed this episode, but honestly, life is really busy when you have a small child and you work full time and you have hobbies and you have like other stuff you're trying to accomplish, like researching a whole bunch about American Yarncraft kind of takes a back burner. So what was my train of thought? Yeah, I was gonna look more into it, didn't get to, but I do have this book that was gifted to me several years ago by just the most lovely lady. And it is America Knits. I don't know if this is still in print. You might be able to get a used copy if it's not in print. This is definitely like an older book. I can't tell, when was this published or printed? But the patterns in this are super cool. Text copyright 1996. So I don't know, it might still be in print. But this is such a cool book. Let me show you a couple of patterns in it. I haven't actually, one of the things I like about this is I'm like all over the place. One of the things that I like about this is that the projects and the designers are organized into different areas of the US. So they have Eastern US, Southwest, the West, and the Midwest. We don't have anything. Sorry, everybody from the North. We have no representation for you. But yeah, it's a beautiful book. Like this starts the section for like the Eastern American knits. It has information. Oh, this is Maine. Camden, Maine. So it has information about the designer. Look at that color work. That's really beautiful. So it talks about the designer, her inspiration, her like experience with yarn. Some of these projects are very much inspired by the like the area that they're being designed in. I love this a lot. I think this was on my like to make list at one point. It's really beautiful. It would take a bajillion years, but it's really beautiful. Yeah, this is also Maine. So it's got like beautiful pictures from around the country, as well as like the patterns themselves. And it talks a bit about like the history and the heritage behind the different patterns. Because some sweater types are very synonymous with the Northeast of the United States. There's very much, here's Southwest. So like a lot of textures and patterns and things, very synonymous with Southwest culture and art and heritage. So a lot of those patterns. Yeah, here's like a poncho type sweater, which I love. That's very Southwest. I grew up more in the, with more Southwest influence. I grew up more in that kind of part of the country when I was younger. So I love that. Yeah, love that. So many beautiful patterns in this. So yeah, I just wanted to share this book with you guys. Oh, and this is the Taos Valley in Taos, New Mexico. And it shows, look how sweet. Look how sweet. And then it shows the natural like yarn dyeing. Santa Fe, I spent a bit of time in Santa Fe growing up. And that's where I got my very first yarn kit when I was in, I think, like high school. It was alpaca yarn, and it was like a local, you know, artist. Wonderful. Yeah, and here's the West. Oh, we've got alpacas. Oh, and we've got someone spinning, and we have, is that a no, it's not a corgi. What is that? I don't know, but that's sweet. So yeah, really beautiful photography, very beautiful projects. That is very Southwest, or that is very, not Southwest, that's Western. Yeah. I'm not going to show you every single project in this book because we would be here for a million years. All the Midwest. How sweet. Ah, from Minnesota. Ah, I said I wasn't going to show you everything, but look how cute. And not all of these are like, a lot of the ones I'm showing you maybe would like take more time, but you know, not all of them. A lot of these are like solid, like one color, like they don't all have color work. Some of them have lace. Some of them are like smaller, like a balaclava or, you know, like a headwear kind of thing. They're not all garments. So there's some mittens in there, some like beautiful, like kind of Fair Isle type mittens. So, yeah, I just thought I love that book. It's one that I haven't made anything out of yet, but sometimes I do just flip through it and I just like read it because, it's not always, my like love of yarn and Yarncraft and the fiber arts isn't just making. I also love to hear the lived experiences of those who, are also in this craft, in this art form. I love to like learn more about the different branches of this art, and the cultural ties, etc. So this is a great book to just read through, even if you never make any of the projects in it, because the stories about the designers, the information about the history and the culture, the different parts of the US, all of that kind of stuff is just so beautiful in this book. So I'd recommend it. I didn't say the author, which was not helpful. But yeah, it's America Knits, Melanie Falick, photographs by Chris Hartlove. I'll put it in the description down below the video. Yeah. It's got reviews on the back from Vogue Knitting, Glamour, Knitters Magazine. So people like this. It's a cool one. So, do you guys have any really good like America crafting, knitting, yarny, fiber books or resources that you really love, or patterns? If you do, please share them down below so that we can all just be like, yay, America and yarn. Cause, you know, this is a yarn podcast, so I'm not going to get political on here. So obviously there are issues, there are always issues. But for things like 4th of July, I try to just focus on the fact that I live in a really beautiful country. It is incredibly beautiful. I have all on my bucket list to go to as many national parks as I can. And I go to lots of state parks all of the time. We have just a very like diverse, just a diverse population of people in this country. We have all of these different like regions and areas with their own distinct cultures, and it's kind of a cool place to live. So, I like, yay, America. Like, of course there are things that are hard and sad and infuriating and etc. But, yeah, for things like 4th of July, I kind of try to, for my own sort of well-being, if nothing else, just try to be like, these are all of the things that I love about being American and living here, and that kind of thing. And I know that we have lots of beautiful like sheep and other fiber animals that we have here as well. So if you have anything along those lines, feel free to put that in the comments down below too. Because one of the things I thought about doing was a little review of like heritage sheep breeds in the US. I thought that would be really cool, but didn't happen because life's really busy when you have a family and a full-time job and all of those things. So that's kind of all of my kind of fun patriotic yarny talk for today. Now to talk just a tiny bit about tour de fleece. So if you are not a spinner or in the hand spinning kind of community, then perhaps you don't know about tour de fleece. You might not be in the hand spinning community, but you might just be a hand spinning fan, or maybe you've come across it before. I'm gonna grab the iPad again so I can get the dates right for you. But Tour de Fleece is a yarn spinning event It's kind of unofficial. People just kind of like do it. There are yarn shops and other like groups that do like an official Tour de Fleece thing or event, but most of us just kind of do this sort of made up thing all together globally and have fun with it. It goes along with the Tour de France, which of course is the very long bike race through France. And they have all sorts of different terrain. They have like challenge days where they're going like up mountains, etc. Some spinners, however long ago, kind of got together and decided to do a Tour de Fleece. So throughout the whole Tour de France, we are spinning together. Tour de Fleece this year is Saturday, July 4th to Sunday, July 26th. So roughly 3 weeks. So roughly 3 weeks. I'm not going to be doing tons and tons for Tour de Fleece because busy, but I do want to do a little bit. So, picture of the 5-year-old came up on the iPad and she's real cute. I am going to be doing a little bit. So what I think I'm going to be doing is mostly, I have 2 skeins of this merino. It's a kettle dye. I think it's kettle dyed merino. I got it off of Etsy from Nanette Wake Studio several years ago. So I sincerely doubt that she has this anymore. I don't even know if she dyes fiber anymore. I'm assuming she does, but I'll have her information down below the video for you. There's debris in my fiber. So this is, I think, 4 ounces. It might be like 3.5, but I think this is 4 ounces of merino. I don't think it's a nylon blend. I think it's just straight merino. And it's like a kettle dyed technique. So I don't really like pre-draft it or anything. I do kind of turn it into sort of like pencil roving to make it a little easier for myself. Because sometimes that like kettle dyed fiber can like be kind of like sticky on itself and doesn't want to like draft smoothly all the time. But when I find it when I do a pencil roving, or not even a pencil roving, but just a smaller like roving, it does tend to draft pretty smoothly. If you're not a hand spinner, I don't know how much of that made sense. Sorry, I went down a rabbit hole. So I have 2 of these and they are going to be spun up for my child because I think that it would be really fun to make her a hand knit sweater in my hand spun yarn in this super bright color, because I am not going to wear this color, but she is 5, almost 6, so she will definitely wear this color. And she loves bright colors, she loves the feminine, so she'll look like a little cozy fairy in this color. So that is my plan for Tour de Fleece, is to spin up these 2 into yarn for her so I can make her a sweater potentially this winter. And I think honestly these 2 braids would probably be enough for her, but if I need a little bit more, then I don't think I have any in my hand spun stash right now that I think coordinates really well with this. So maybe I'll spin up something else that would coordinate, or I could just use something from my stash to do the collars and the cuff or something like that if I am running low on this guy. But I think it'll be okay. She's pretty small. So that is my plan for Tour de Fleece this year. Who all is going to be participating in Tour de Fleece? Again, comment below if you are. I would love to chat with you. You can also, I did not say any of this at the beginning of the video, so I apologize. You can connect with me on Ravelry and on Instagram. On Ravelry, I'm the Mindful Knitter Pod, but I am honestly not super active on the social part of it. So if you message me on there, I will eventually get back to you, but I don't check it very much. I do check Instagram all the time. So if you want to connect with me on Instagram, it is, I think the.mindfulknitter on Instagram. And of course you can always email me at clairethemindfulknitter@gmail.com. I think it would be really fun to make a Tour de Fleece group on Instagram. I would do it on Ravelry, but I'm just not on Ravelry enough, and I know that I would be useless for that. I wouldn't participate at all. But I would participate on Instagram. So if anybody's interested in doing a Tour de Fleece little spin along together, then just let me know, and we'll just start a little group and we'll chat and share our spinning stuff. If enough of us wanted to, maybe we could do like a little like Zoom spin together night or something. I think that would be fun. So just let me know. But that's coming up for most of July. So we're all going to be spinning. I don't really have big spinning goals this year. I also am kind of using this a bit to give my thumb a break, because I think like I just have to hold this yarn here this fiber very loosely in this hand while this guy's doing like most of the work. So I think my thumb will get a bit of a rest if I'm doing some more spinning for a few weeks. But I still get to play with fiber. So I think that's all of the fibery chat. So if that's all you came here for, then thank you so much for joining me today. I hope I see you in the next video. Happy crafting. If you want to stay for a little bit of like chit chat, then we might do a little bit of that for a couple minutes. I already chatted about the World Cup enough. I feel like I'm very out of breath, and I think part of it is because it's really hot in here, and then part of it is I'm excited because I'm podcasting, and then part of it is respiratory stuff. So hopefully I'm back to normal by the next episode. But the World Cup stuff has been really fun. I have not historically been super into soccer, but my partner is, and his enthusiasm is contagious. So we've been watching all of the soccer. He listens to it basically constantly. Soccer is his yarn, so I am just happy for him. And I am rooting for the Netherlands because Stephen West and yarn, and I really want to go to Amsterdam. If Amsterdam would adopt me, I'd probably really enjoy being there. And then also like I have done a lot of like looking into like hygge and like the Dutch perspective on like happiness, and like the happiness Institute, I think. So I've looked into Dutch culture a lot over like the years, and I don't know, I just feel an affinity for it, and it definitely makes me think of yarn. So yay Netherlands for soccer. But I also was happy for Canada today. And then of course the US, yay US. But all of my like yarn, or all my soccer fandom is very influenced by yarn, which is maybe goofy, but here we are. There's nothing we can change about it. I am who I am. So the soccer this summer has been fun. I'm just gonna fan myself with like a book because it's so hot. These are cute, as long as I've got them here. These are cute little, this is What the Artist Saw series, and they have like different artists. I have Monet and Van Gogh, but these are super fun. If you have a little artist at home, or if you just like this kind of thing, honestly, like I just sit and read them sometimes because like the artwork is so fun, and it goes into like the history of the artist. I really like these. Oh, actually this one's lighter weight. I'll use this to fan myself. Oh gosh, what a blessing. Is this weird? I don't know. What was I saying? Talking about soccer, then I got distracted because it's hot and I was looking for something to fan myself with. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys was that I picked up another craft. I am not going to go down a rabbit hole with this one though. So like, I cannot pick up another craft I get obsessed with. Like yarn is my first love and I am loyal to it. But so my child is on summer break, so I'm trying to think of all of the ways to keep her entertained as I can, because he works from home, so like while she's here with him and I'm at the office, I'm trying to keep them both from going like nuts. So I have this like stockpile of all these different activities and like different things to like keep her entertained and busy. that she can kind of do on her own while I'm at work and while he's trying to work from home, because he's an engineer and he can do all of his engineering stuff on the computer. So I got her some of these little like diamond painting kits, and she wanted me to sit with her while she did them, of course. And I was actually like, yeah, this is really fun and looks like soothing, and like this looks fun. So I went to the store and I got a diamond painting kit for myself. And of course I didn't get a beginner one, because why would I do something so reasonable as to get a beginner one? Do I have it like right here? I have to like hide it in my closet so that she doesn't like pilfer it. Because, you know, like she's gonna want to pilfer my cool craft stuff if I let her. So I think I do have it here. Let me see. I do. Okay. So here is, pardon. So here is my diamond painting kit. You guys. And if you're not familiar with diamond painting, it's basically like a printed canvas. It's like paint by numbers, but instead of using like paint, you're using all these little faux gemstones and applying them with like a stylus. So I got this one, which says, as you can see, advanced. It says advanced on it, but I was like, no, this is the one that I want. And also it glows in the dark, which is, you know, fun. I don't really care too much about the glow in the dark, but like fun bonus. Look at this thing. So it's large, and then like look how tiny all of these little like gemstones are. So you can these are all spaces where little gemstones are going to need to be adhered to it. So this is going to take a millennium to do. But I kind of love it. I loved this canvas. I loved all the colors. I love the aquatic oceanicness of it. I'm very excited about it. And as you can see, this is all I have accomplished, is this little like corner edge right here. So this will definitely take a while, but I don't think I mind. I love knitting. So obviously, I like tedious things. Although I don't find knitting to be tedious. Sorry about the bag crinkling. So that's something I'm getting into, which is so unnecessary. I do not need to get into diamond painting, especially a gigantic canvas that's going to take a million years. But that's happening. And I'm excited about it. So, yeah, does anybody else do diamond painting? Do you have tips and tricks and stuff? Or like, can you share pictures? Like pictures of like your favorite canvases or things that you've done? I think that would be really fun. So yeah, that's going on. Otherwise, I don't know, summer is summering. It's like in the 90s all week this week, so it's super hot. And we're going to the water park, like the actual like big water park tomorrow. So that'll be really fun. We haven't gone yet this summer. So I think this is a good time to do it when it's super, super hot. It is super hot, so I want to be in the water. Yeah, what else is happening? We'll be doing her birthday soonish, and yeah. So we didn't really have, we don't have any like beach vacation stuff or anything going on. So, what are you guys up to for the summer? Do you have fun trips or fun activities you're doing? Or what are our 4th of July plans? Our 4th of July plans are probably going to be going to a state park that does like a drone show and fireworks, and they've got all kinds of other activities like all day. It's like super kid friendly. So I think that'll be really fun. Yeah, I think that's gonna be like a tradition that we do every year. So that's the plan. I'm gonna wear my granny square tank top, and we're gonna hope for the best that I'm wearing wool. Although wool is, well, it's wool and alpaca. Wool is temperature regulating. I don't know so much about alpaca being temperature regulating. So I think I'll be fine, but you know, pray for me. She'll be wearing like a cotton tank top thing, and he'll probably wear some Cotton America shirt. So they'll, I'm sure, be fine. But yeah, that's our kind of 4th of July plans. I might make some like red, white, and blue things at home to eat. Like I like to do blueberries and strawberries with like homemade whipped cream. Ooh, making like an apple pie might be fun. Oh, I need to make a cobbler. I've got tons of blackberries from my parents' farm, and I should totally make a blackberry cobbler. Maybe I'll do that too. That feels American. Yeah, I think that's like the extent of our America activities for 4th of July. What are you guys doing? I really wanted to make 4th of July socks, but because of the thumb situation, I'm not going to be doing that, which works out because I've got this new granny square tank top to do, which is just thrilling me. I think that's probably enough for today. This actually went quite a bit longer than I thought. I was like, this is going to be like a short 20-minute episode. Wrong. It's a normal, almost hour-long episode. So I'm going to end it here for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It was really lovely as always. I don't have any yarn friends here, so... Oh, I take that back. I hung out with a friend this weekend and she likes yarn too. And we actually did go to like a little coffee shop and I got a matcha latte, which was delightful. They had to remake it 4 times. That was a whole story. And it took like 45 minutes to get even the first one. They were just a hot mess that day, but that's okay. The guy helping us was like delightful. And I wasn't in a hurry. So I was like, you know, do what you need to do. But I crocheted on my granny square tank while she crocheted a baby blanket for her like niece. I think her niece is having a baby. So I do have a yarny friend. She lives like an hour or more away from me, so I do not get to see her very much, but I do technically have a yarny friend now, which is great. But in general, I don't have other people that are as enthusiastic about yarn as I am, so I do really value you guys, and I really enjoy this channel so much. I can't believe it's been 50 episodes. That is wild to me. So yeah, just like, thank you guys for being here with me for the last few years. You guys have actually been with me through some like really rough stuff, even if you didn't know it. So yarn and this community has actually really like sustained me and has been incredibly meaningful. I won't be so dramatic as to say like life-saving, but yeah, just very meaningful. And yeah, actually, thank you so much for that. Like I said last episode, my life is wonderful at this point, and I have nothing but gratitude. So I'm very happy and well. So no need to worry about me. I'm incredibly happy, and very well and healthy, and life is really good. And yarn is part of what makes life so good. So thank you. And I hope that you find lots of joy and comfort and peace and whatever else you need from your yarn as well. I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you have a happy crafting, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.